Hello again. What I have here is a rifle that you saw when I did my Remington versus Howard comparison. This was the rifle in that comparison. It is a Remington 700 long range in 7mm Remington Magnum. Few specs. The internal capacity. The internal magazine is 3 for the 7mm Remington Magnum. I think for the 30-06 and those guys, I think you can get 4. The barrel is 26 inches. It's all stainless except for, it's all stainless except for the magazine spring. Pardon me. Otherwise everything else, is stainless. And the trigger. Let's see, overall length is, the rate of twist is 9 1/4. I don't know if that's normal for a 7mm Rem mag. I'm not sure. This is the first 7mm Rem mag that I've owned, so 9 1/4. Yeah, I'm not still to figure out exactly what sort of ammunition to put through it, because I've only put one hand load through it, and I'll show you the results of that in a second. Let's see. It's got a target crown on the muzzle, which you'd expect. The overall length is 47 inches, so it's quite long. I mean, 26-inch barrel, it's quite long. And with the muzzle brake that I put on it, it's 49.5 inches, so it is really long. Let's see, the weight overall, it maxed out my digital scale, so I can't tell you accurately what it weighs, but on an El Cheapo scale, it weighed in at 10.2 pounds with the muzzle brake, because the muzzle brake is stainless, so there's a bit of weight in that as well. That's probably the 0.2 of a pound. So you're looking pretty much 10 pounds. So it is, it's got a bit of a heft to it. It's not the sort of thing you want to be trudging around the field with, for days. Certainly not what I would want to carry around. Let's see, length of pull is 13 inches, so that's nice. One of my biggest gripes for most rifles is that the length of pull is way too short. I understand from, like, you have a look at the Moz and the Gant, and the length of pull of that thing is just ridiculously short, but my understanding is it was deliberately made like that so that, considering their winters are ridiculously harsh and they had to wear like layers and layers and layers, once you put those layers on, that length of pull really lengthened up. So I can understand that. But like on modern sporting rifles, without the latest clothing that you can buy, you don't need those massive layers, and you don't need a short length of pull. And so this is 13 inches, very nice. I love it. Let's see, the stock is a Bell & Carlson, comes stock with the Bell & Carlson M40 TAC stock, which is, what is it? It's made of solid urethane, I'm reading off the board, solid urethane combined with aramid, graphite and fiberglass. And I can tell you that this is, one of the nicer, as far as synthetic stocks are concerned. I would, I'd definitely get another one for rifles that I get in the future that don't have, nice synthetic stocks. The Howards, they come with those Hogues and they're just rubbish, really. It comes with a solid bedding block, big aluminium bedding block, the whole length of the action, so that's really solid. They reckon that you don't need to bed any part of it. I don't know. I do like to bed the recoil lug and the tang at the back, right there, under there. Just as a rule, that's just me. I haven't as yet, and I'll see how I go with testing out various loads and see how she shoots. before I decide to go all the way and do that, which is not a big deal. It doesn't cost much, and it's not really, I don't do it. I get the gunsmith to do it because I'll probably make a mess of it. Plus, if you get the gunsmith to do something like that, if they screw it up, yeah, their problem. So that's always nice. I always like to blame other people for things. Yeah. Let's see the build quality. It's good. People. I don't know. I think a lot of people have been burnt by Remington because there was obviously a period there when I didn't purchase any of their guns. That period where they were apparently making just garbage. I remember reading one review of a Remington 700 that he purchased, and he reckoned that cycling the bolt on that rifle was like dragging a piano over a rocky beach. That's one of the harshest comparisons that I've ever heard. That's an analogy that was just, it's quite shocking. I thought, wow, that must be terrible. Whereas the bolt on this is really nice, and I'll show you in a minute how nice it is. Let's see. So the build quality, I don't have a problem with any of it. It's great. Let's see. Function. I haven't put I've put hundreds of rounds through it, but it's pretty expensive. But it's functioned flawlessly. Haven't had a problem with it at all. Yeah, nothing. Let's see. The trigger that it comes with is this is their new X Mark Pro trigger, which is supposed to be, I don't know, better than the one before or the ones before, or I think you pretty much know what I think of that trigger in the Remington versus Howell comparison video. It's rubbish. But then again, I changed all my triggers on all my bolt. All of my bolt action rifles that I've ever had, I've always changed the trigger on them because I'm a Timney addict. Sorry. Well, I'm not sorry because I think Timneys are fantastic. Yeah, I should. Yeah, if they ever go public, I'm going to buy shares in the company because they make a fantastic product, in my opinion, and obviously other people's because they do sell a lot of them. Let's see the accuracy. All right. I haven't done a ton of shooting because I made these hand loads and I sort of screwed up with them because I didn't have any. I'd run out of large rifle Magnum primers because I used them all in the 458 Win Mag loads. So I just used large rifle primers, which was, it was a mistake. I won't go into the details, but the ignition of it wasn't perfect. So these are sort of flawed. That hand load that I used was, it wasn't the best. Plus, it was only the first hand load I'd ever done. I'd never loaded for 7mm Rem Mag, so it was a bit of a, just made it up as I went along. The whole thing. It was shot at 100 meters using 168 grain Sierra Match Kings. I love Sierra Match Kings. I reckon they're a fantastic projectile. 50 grains of AR-2208, which is Varget. So. And for that projectile, there's no such load in any book that I've seen. I just made that up, but it's done the job. Disregarding the primer issue, Hornady cases, brand new, and full length sized, and CCI 200 large rifle primers, which weren't the right primers. Now, first load, pretty much. Had shot maybe 20 rounds through the barrel previously, so it hasn't really been, worked in. But to start off with, not bad. I shot 5 groups deliberately for accuracy. I had one group at 1.3, 2 at 0.9, 2 at 0.8 at 100 meters, so it's a little bit longer, 110 yards. So to start off with just a bogus load that I just made up, out of fresh air, not in any books. That's pretty good. That's pretty good accuracy. But you sort of expect that. I mean, it's a 26-inch barrel, heavy 26-inch barrel, and it is a Remington, and they are renowned for their accuracy. So I'm really happy with that, and I can't wait to get different weight projectiles. Pardon me. and figure out some different powder projectile combinations. And I know I've got to get large rifle Magnum primers. I know, idiot again. Let's see. The best attributes of the rifle. It's very reasonably priced. Like here in Australia, we pay a premium on firearms, not like you guys in the States. Probably close to double of what you guys pay. I'll just get some sweat off because it is starting to heat up again. So we do pay a premium, but all things in consideration, taking in consideration what you are getting. I mean, here in Australia, we've got to 1,500, so which is really great value because you're getting a really nice Bell & Carlson stock, and I have to say I really like this stock. I think it's excellent. It's probably one of the nicest stocks. It really just feels right. You know when you handle a rifle, the stock, you just grab that stock and it just feels right. It just does. So Bell & Carlson really got it right. And it's obviously an old design. Well, people back then, they weren't idiots. They knew how to design stuff. So they've done a great. I have to say, Bell & Carlson, excellent. Love it. You're getting a whole lot, a big chunk of rifle, and in a Magnum caliber for that price. In stainless, I don't think you can go wrong. When I saw this and the price that it was going at, I just jumped at it. If I'd had been able to get basically the same setup in a Hauer, I probably would have done that. But Hauer don't put their rifles in Bell & Carlson stocks, and Hauer do not chamber. At least here in Australia, you can't get 26-inch heavy barrel 7mm Remington Magnum. Barreled actions. You can only get them in 300 Win Mag. For whatever reason, I'm not really sure. I don't know whether 7mm Remington Mag is has gone out of favour or out of popularity, or it's I don't know, whatever. 300 Win Mag seems to be the Magnum long range rifle caliber that everybody prefers. I'm not really sure why that is. Because it's got more punch, out to. Yeah, I prefer 7mm projectiles. I do believe they've got a better BC. But anyway, that's my preference. So when I saw it, I just jumped on it and I just said, yeah, how can you say no to that? That's fantastic value. So that's, let's see the other attribute. It's accurate. Obviously it's accurate, just with a bullshit load, pardon my French, that I made up. It performed really well. The bolt. Okay, for all those people that reckon that, and I've heard this a lot, Americans can't, I've heard this, ad nauseum, Americans can't make smooth bolts. That is one of the smoothest bolts I've ever had on any rifle that I've owned. In actual fact, I will go as far as to say that this bolt is smoother than, and I owned a Tikka not that long ago, a Tikka T3. This is smoother than the T3. So Remington, for all those people who were burnt by Remington, get back on them because they're making a fantastic product again. At least this one is. I don't know, maybe I got a freak, I'll just put this back in the centre of the picture. I don't know, maybe I just got a really exceptional one, but I can tell you right now, that bolt is just super smooth. It's, you saw, and it's not, it's not because the tolerance is ridiculously loose. It's just smooth. So, Remington seems to be getting their act together, or have got their act together again. Let's see, the worst attributes. It's big, it's big, it's heavy, so it's cumbersome. You're not going to be, well, I don't know, I mean, geez, if you've been in the military and you've had to carry some of the behemoth of firearms that, that they'll give you to carry around, then it doesn't bother me. I mean, I could carry this in the field day in, day out and not have a problem with it because uh, it's not like you're on the ready, having to carry it actually in your hands the whole time, just traipsing around in the jungle, in the bush, out in the scrub. Because a lot of the time, if you're just on foot, you've got it slung or just over your shoulder or whatever. So yeah, just carry it over your shoulder, a la safari style. So that doesn't really bother me, but it is heavy. At over 10 pounds with that brake, that's pretty heavy. So that's the only thing. And it is barrel heavy, obviously, because the barrel's 26 inches and it's it's a thick barrel, heavy barrel. So it is barrel heavy. So yeah. So you're not going to be shooting it offhand, which that's not what's designed for anyway. So that's not a big deal. Let's see, what changes have I made? Well, the first change that I make to virtually all bolt-action rifles is get a Timney. Sorry, yeah, straight away, got a Timney for it. The other change is I fitted a muzzle brake. I haven't shot it without a muzzle brake, so I couldn't really tell you what the kick was like. But with this muzzle brake, it's nice to shoot. It's I don't know. You could shoot it all day, pretty much. I reckon I could. In fact, I'd go as far to say that with that muzzle brake on there, it's quite pleasant to shoot. Loud obviously because of the muzzle brake. Then it's a big cartridge, but it is. It's not too bad to shoot. The muzzle brake is an Australian product, so flying the flag for the Aussies. Yeah. It's a Hinterland Shooting Supplies bolt-on muzzle brake. It comes with 6 socket screws, so 6 Allen screws, bolts, and I have heard, from I haven't seen it, so yeah, but I have heard people say, oh yeah, we had a guy with a bolt-on muzzle brake here the other day, and while he was shooting, he blew it off. Now, well, yeah, people do silly things, but I can tell you right now that Hinterland, they stand by their product, and I have to say I've not had a problem with it. It hasn't loosened up, it hasn't moved. I've checked to see if it's been moving, and it hasn't crept at all. They do ask for, I can't remember now, that they ask for 3 different measurements from the muzzle, so they can cater to what you require for your rifle. And I did that, and otherwise I don't think they'll sell it to you if you don't give them those measurements. If you just say, oh yeah, just give me this, they won't do it, because yeah, they do care about their reputation. And I have to say that I've dealt with Hinterland a fair bit. They do sell some good stuff, so if you're in the market, and definitely look them up. Yeah, they've never done anything from me, at all. But I wish I could get sponsors. Yeah, but, so if I get a good product, I'll recommend it. And yeah, Hinterland Shooting Supplies, they're only a small company. I think it's only like mom and pop, husband and wife operation or whatever. But yeah, they do make some great stuff. So I don't know where it's made. I'm assuming it's made in Australia, but it's great. That muzzle brake works great. So yeah, Hinterland Shooting Supplies, give them a go. Let's see, the scope. The scope is currently what I have is my best scope for long range shooting. Really the only scope I've got for serious long range shooting, and that's a Delta Optics Titanium 4.5 to 30. They're made in Japan. Delta Optics is a Polish company. They're sold through them, and yet again I will say that Delta Optics Titanium 4.5 to 30, I think they've upgraded, so this is probably an old model. Fantastic scope, like really. I've used it on various rifles that I've had to try and get really accurate and out there, and I can honestly say that it's a fantastic scope. Yeah, really good, excellent. Yeah, and it only cost, well, I remember when I bought it, which was a few years ago now, it only cost me $1,000. It's a second focal plane. I think the first focal plane is 2,000, which that's double just for a first focal plane, obviously. Although I haven't looked at their catalogue for a little while now, but I do recommend them. They are a fantastic scope, and for the same, I think Richard Utting, who does some fantastic reviews of scopes. Have a look at him on YouTube if you haven't. Richard Utting, Utting. I think he compared it to the Bushnell 6500. Yeah, and in his opinion, he reckons it's made at the same factory, but with slightly better glass. He reckons the glass was better than the Bushnell, and yeah, I don't know how I regard the Bushnell, but although I haven't purchased any of their expensive stuff, so I'm tending towards Leopold now. Now that Leopold have brought out their VX Freedoms, I've got like 4 of them now because they're just so reasonably priced, and you can't go past a lifetime guarantee. You know, and they're good. They really are good. Summing up, yeah, if you're out in the market for a long range rifle, especially in stainless, you know, with a behemoth of a rifle, and get one of these. Yeah, great value, excellent quality, just bolts, you know, really smooth. I mean, look at that. You know, that's dang smooth. You know, I challenge anyone to tell me that that is not a smooth bolt. So Americans can make smooth bolts. Yay! Good on USA. Go USA. Yeah. All those bloody Europeans telling you can't do it. Sorry about swearing again. Yeah, and it's really nice to shoot with that brake on there. I could shoot it, like literally I could shoot it all day. I reckon it's a fantastic gun. And accurate, obviously. You know, I've still got to muck around with loads and that, but yeah. I have to say, go out and buy it. Absolutely, 100%. I know after the Remington versus Howard video, people were like, oh, this guy's hating on Remington. I wasn't hating on Remington, I was just stating the differences, you know. The bolt design on the Howard is better, in my opinion. You know, the trigger of the Howard is better. So, yeah, but other than that, this is a great gun. It's a really fantastic rifle, and I highly recommend it. Anyone who thinks that Remington, you know, are still stuck in the rut of making rubbish, I don't believe that at all. I think they've turned a corner, and if this is an example of what they're making these days, get it. Go out and buy Remington, you know. Whoever, regardless of whoever owns them these days. Let's see. Lastly, I will say, you'll notice that I'm not wearing sunglasses. And the reason I'm not wearing sunglasses is because I needed to read off that board, and the writing's quite small because I wrote a whole lot of junk on there. Now, I'll say this again, and I'm actually in pain because I have a very, very low tolerance to very bright light. And it hasn't always been the case, but you know, since I've gotten, you know, long in the tooth, it's the case now. So I'm actually in pain now. So I don't wear sunglasses when I do these videos because I want to look cool, or I want to hide my eyes, or whatever silly reason, you know, some of the idiots out there think. There is actually a good reason for me wearing sunglasses. Like, those bright lights are just killing me at the moment. So I'm going to finish up pretty soon before I start screaming. Yeah, so I don't wear sunglasses because I'm a tool. I wear them because, yeah, it actually hurts, and I don't like pain, you know. So lastly, I will say, go out and get one, and you won't regret it, and I'll see you later.